Hey guys, I'm back. I have not been ignoring you. I've just been super busy starting 2 new channels and businesses. It's been just a crazy but fun time in my life. I'm doing a little video on Polo red versus blue versus black. I love Ralph Lauren fragrances. I love Polo fragrances. I think they're great. A lot of people say they're synthetic, and well, yeah, somewhat. They are synthetic in some ways. But Polo's also very good at pulling off a natural synthetic, if that ever makes sense. Meaning like a fragrance that has synthetic notes but doesn't take away from its natural smell. Polo Black is very good at that. But let's just get down into it, okay? Let's start with red. I have yet to do a review, so I'm going to try to steer a little bit clear of saying my full opinion on this, but rather what I would classify this fragrance as. It's a very much a sweet and coffee sort of fragrance. Coffee is one of the most predominant notes in this. Now, if I didn't know it had coffee, I probably couldn't even tell that it had coffee in it. It's like amberish sweet. It kind of smells a bit like resin. It has that, yeah, just a very, very, very sweet sort of fragrance. Yeah, amber or even tonka bean is highly predominant in Polo Red. Now, let's get into Polo Blue. This is somewhat an ocean fragrance. I believe it does have a cucumber note or something in there. So it's kind of like a fresh shower gel that follows a little bit of an ocean vibe. I wouldn't say this is as oceanic as Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, but it does kind of have a little bit of a, how do I say? Yeah, just a little bit of a blue ocean feel to it, but not heavy on that. It is just a fresh, you know, sort of soapy fragrance. Polo Black, on the other hand, this smells like fresh laundry mixed in with a bit of mango and tropical notes. Great for summertime, great for wintertime. This is one of my favorite fragrances personally. Let's get into which order I'm going to put them in, okay? And I'll tell you why I prefer each. Number 3, my least favorite, I'm going to go with Polo Red. Now, this is a decent performer. I'd say around 6 hours you'd get. It's not a bad fragrance. It's just too sweet for my liking. Now, I loved this as a teenager, surprisingly. But now that I'm a little bit older, I find it just to be a little bit cloying. But it is still a classic. Yeah, 6 hours. It's not so expensive. You can pick these up probably for like $30 nowadays for the 40 ml, which really isn't that bad for a Ralph Lauren fragrance. Yeah, Polo Red is more of a winter scent, if I'd say. I wouldn't say this is a summer scent. But yeah, very sweet, very amberish tonka bean. Not my favorite combination. Coffee is great, but again, I don't know how predominant that... well, it is predominant. Rather, I don't know how much I smell that coffee note if I really, you know, put it on and wear it. Second would be Polo Blue. I think Polo Blue is a good fragrance. I think that my nose now has a little bit, it's kind of improved and, you know, progressed to the point that Polo Blue kind of does smell a little bit like a basic old school fragrance. And not that there's anything bad with that. It's just like, if I compare it to like a Acqua di Gio Profondo, which has that same blue feel, but more of a mineral note and this supernatural feel to it. Yeah, if I go back to like a Polo Blue, I wouldn't be the biggest fan of it in comparison, but it still is a good fragrance. And then my number 1, oh, sorry, I forgot to mention. Performance, 6 hours. It's all right. About as good as the Polo Red. And pretty much all year round. Great all year round fragrance, really. Yeah, Polo Blue is a classic. What can I say? All of the Polos are really classics. My favorite would be Polo Black. And the reason I say Polo Black, so smooth, so likable, so elegant. This is such an elegant fragrance that just classy. For a Polo fragrance, I've never smelled anything as classy as this one. This is like a dressed up suit fragrance. Again, 5 hours, not the greatest performance. You'll need more sprays on it. Perfect all year around. I love Polo Black. So guys, out of the 3, 1, 2, 3. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon. Bye.